your portal to the inner realms. Access infinite possibilities, infinite mastery, and infinite love. Mind-expanding, heart-opening conversations with some of the greatest spiritual teachers, luminaries, and healers of today's world. Usher in New Earth by living in your sacred heart. Quantum Conversations is brought to you by AcousticHealth.com, home of music from the universe, online healing retreats, and this program. Claim your free registration to daily shows at AcousticHealth.com. AcousticHealth.com, your portal to the inner realms. Our program starts shortly. Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. And welcome, everyone. We are talking about the language of love, and it is otherwise known as light language. And this light language is also known as the angel language. It carries energy, source energy, that indeed activates us. Many report that they can feel it within their physical being, but it's doing so much more than that. And my guest today is a light language activator and a shamanic Reiki practitioner and a healing modality artist who brings these modalities in downloads. Keleena Melnar is here for this quantum conversation. Keleena, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful for you.
We are so pleased to have you on our show today and introduce you to our crowd. You are right here, one of us, a powerful way shower, an ascension leader, an activator of all sorts. So we're going to talk about your ability to speak all light language. And this is interesting. This is what your guides told you. You are tuned in, tapped into them deeply. As we get there, let's first explore your personal awakening. What was that like for your journey to begin to speak light language? Did you always know it? Did you hide away this skill? What's your story?
Well, I've always been somewhat awake since a very young child. I remember seeing things since I was maybe 3-4 years old and hearing voices my entire life. I have always heard my guides or angels speaking to me. I do remember also laying out in the sun as a young child just in the grass and staring at the sky and hearing not only language coming through in English, but I have never said this to anyone before, but other languages. And I always feared telling people that. Because to me, sometimes it sounded like, back then, like a robot, because it was the 70s, you know, and I was like, what is that? So the fear of people, you know, and family, because we were very Catholic families, people saying you're crazy or that's not right, blah, blah, blah. I always kept it to myself. I had deeper intense awakenings throughout my entire life, in my 20s, in my 30s when I had my daughter. And then in 2016 is when I really started activating the light language more within myself. And I knew right away, when I woke up speaking it one morning, it just started like rolling off my tongue and I couldn't stop. And I asked my guides, I'm like, what am I speaking? And they said, this is called the language of love. they never called it light language. They called it the language of love. And they said it is, what they told me was the ancient language of love, and that it's connected soul to soul. It comes in through source and is all vibration. And it's been going nonstop ever since.
Wow. Okay, you said that was 2015, did you say?
2016 is when it really started. I started speaking so many different languages. Yeah, I woke up one morning and just flowed right off my tongue.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, you are in a gateway where we've heard many people begin to speak it. And so that was disconcerting to some people. There's belief systems that have to get removed. Some people would be fearful of this, and some just don't even know what's going on. What was that process like for you? Because, you know, you heard this as a young girl, and you couldn't stop it. Was there any fear, or were you just, because you knew it was the language of love, it was almost like you were singing it, right?
Yeah, well, when in 2016 is when I connected with my own guides and asked what it was, and they said, you know, that's when I asked about it, and they said it's the language of love. So I had no fear. The vibration of it just made me feel like love. All I felt was love surrounding me. So I had no fear. But when I was a child, of course, when I was younger, you know, hearing this language and all the other voices that I would hear, and you're placed in this fear mode, because when you're growing up, you're told if you hear voices, you're crazy, you know, or, but I had a father who said, you know, listen to your angels are talking to you. So, that was good, because that eased me a little bit, you know, but the different languages as a child, it was very, it was a little scary for me, back then. But again, I have been awake, but in 2016, when it just started rolling off my tongue, and they told me, they said you're a light language DNA key code activator. And I said, okay, what is this, you know? And they explained things, and they said, you're going to speak all of them. You'll be able to activate any soul. And I just got this huge download and stuff. So it just started coming in. I didn't fear it. And within maybe 2 months, my guides pushed me to make a YouTube channel and get online and start speaking it. And I did. And I had no fear. And there are thousands of people that may email me saying that they have been activated just listening to my YouTube videos. So it's such a good thing. Such a good thing.
Such a good thing. I love how you really allowed it to flow forth. You couldn't stop it, and you allowed it. And we were talking before the show, that's really how we move with the energies that we're currently in. No matter who's listening to this show, no matter what linear timeline we're on, it just seems that we are accelerating. Time is accelerating. We're being asked to shift to new foundations of love. And you were saying that as long as we allow this to happen, there's an incredible flow. Can you talk more about that?
Yes. In my own experience, as long as for me, what I feel, as long as we allow the shifts to happen within us, don't fight them. A lot of people will fight them. If we allow it to happen, we take our time to sit, we rest, we just we're in peace. We do the things that allow us to be calm. And I'm going to say in a quiet space, because you need to have your quiet time for the process. Just disconnect with the outside world, disconnect with the daily drama. There's a lot of people that are still connected to that, and just allow everything to happen. And when you do, you are in this heightened sensation of love and bliss as you're going through this process, and it feels so good. I don't want to come down personally. I want to stay there. And I feel like that's actually where we're going. But there's daily things that take us out of that we have to be practical about and do. But just allowing the flow, allowing the changes to happen, everything to occur, the things we have to release and let go. It's just so important for this process. And seeing that the reality of the illusions of this world are the things that are actually holding us back when we get entrapped in that stuff. So
that's deep. Okay. The realities of the illusions, right? Is that what you said? Yeah, the realities of the illusion. It really is our memory of the 3D that keeps it there. And so here we are, and it seems to be so far this year of 2020, the release and let go. You know, last year in 2019, it really felt like we were, lots was shifting. It was like we really did begin to learn how to let go a lot quicker and adapt. And now this year, as we've checked in with people, I've heard that, whoa, it's been an interesting shift into this year. So when you say release and let go, I mean, even just yesterday, something that was planned, 9 months into the future totally dissolved, and it because it didn't feel right. And so we all accepted it, and I'm seeing that play out in other ways. And so, do you know, we really must stay flexible. How do you navigate that yourself? Do you make plans that far in the future? And how do you handle that?
Well, for me, I have an event coming up in Sedona in April, and I cannot plan them that far ahead. I literally just, I actually last April booked the room. I was told last April when I did an event there, book it for next April. My guides will tell me. But I actually could not do anything until just this past week. Because I have to wait until it feels completely right. And I have like this, it's just an energy I feel. It's in my knowing that, okay, now is the time, it's right, let's do this. I also get that energy feeling, this doesn't feel right, this is a no, we're not going to do this. And I have to trust my inner being, I have to trust my higher self and say, we need to stop. We all need to do that. People really need to connect and trust their inner being and that little voice that they hear, and also the feelings they get through the body, because I always say follow the heart. However the heart feels, the heart activates. It'll tell you yes or no. You really need to listen to that. Truly. It is a gateway.
Yes. All right, we're going to talk more about that, to truly listen to the gateway of the heart, to tune into it. Let's talk more about trusting the higher self. This light language actually allows you to speak from your higher self through the heart to other people's higher self. It's mostly probably an activation of the heart, but it's doing much more than this, right? There's a lot of programming that is being released. Let's talk about that, because it's subconscious deprogramming, even emotional and mental.
Yes. When I'm doing one-on-one sessions with clients, I can bring through codes that are specific for them. And during that, the codes that come through will help them release emotions, through the emotional body, mental body, physical body, the subconscious. It'll help them release things and bring them to the surface that need to be let go of. It will activate through the DNA at that cellular level. I literally see, the vision I've gotten is the vision of cells, but I see them as light. So, and I see like a shield over them. And this is only an illustration from my understanding. So, and when I see the light code actually penetrate that shell and crack that shell off, so that's like the dormancy of the cell, or however it's being held back from activating. when it penetrates it, when the light code penetrates it, that allows that, I'm going to say, that darkness or that energy or whatever it is they're holding on to rise to the surface, to be removed. And it goes through the entire body. My clients will release emotions. They'll be crying. They'll feel pain coming off their body. They feel energy releasing. The program is gone. They'll email me a couple months later and say, I'm not stuck in that anymore. That programmed piece from my parents from when I was a child. So it really does get in there and helps to, I want to say, because here's what I'm getting right now, clear the soul. That's what I just heard from upstairs. So it really helps each person individually in a session. But I also do the videos on YouTube in a collective effort. I will get downloads and just speak light language, knowing where the collective is at a certain time. My higher self just knows what to bring through. And it just comes through sometimes anywhere.
And when we hear it, there's just such a frequency of love. That is beautiful. All right, well, Keleena, we can talk a little bit more about how it's working, why it's working. But first, can you tune into our group? It is, I can feel this group. Can you feel this group? Can you feel the, I don't want to say it's a resistance, but it's still one eye on the 3D. Do you feel that?
Yes, and I'm getting a lot of throat chakra stuff with a lot of them right now.
Okay, so can you work on that for us?
Yeah,
okay.
I feel, as a quantum energy healer, I can feel everything of theirs. So I'm getting throat, I'm getting heart, really deep, like stabbing in the heart. I'm also getting lower pain in my back, which is at the root. And some people solar plexus because they don't want to let go of control. So I'm going to go and I'm going to bring some codes through right now. I'm going to put my crystals down. If we were on video, I'd be throwing the energy at you, but I'm going to do it anyway because people will receive it. The first thing I'm going to do is actually connect to the heart. Tamau nikerasante ishashanama atiara kinada e ono kurutur katai ikirama atakurus kutukurututu ono mopo uya nananya. Kaya no kurutu kutukurutukuru bukutukure nakiata kurutukurututu shuma antena haha anakoya ye insikere makoya nakarasanta karata inyana he shana katema urun manakian he ahora pahakiana na atakatakatakatutu sukom anini inyaha na aura ur mama mayani ke akur Okay, this is grounding. There's some grounding coming in as well. Amanyaka ushushwa. Enteneke teku otoko otaka ita. Epi a uema. Sasia onu otoko ushushu opoto antakarata ahyai. Emai. I aratora, I hahokai, Shanahita, Anaa. Yama Ataka Shin mene mehayo no huya na hayo no huya na hayo no hayo no Aoma hokia hate muhorata ia hona kasha. Etike mahoya hea o to yamene. Moyuna mene ikaosha. Sisi kiate. Tikide. Namakiata ayava. Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, the vibration of that is lovely. And what a sacred container you had us in. We'd love to hear how people experience that. Wow. You know, I really felt that within my body, and I felt it within my etheric field. It was like a fluttering in my torso area. It was really beautiful. And then the sounds, some just warm the heart. So beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Wow. We feel lighter, so much lighter. Well, we were talking about letting go of the control. I know we feel much lighter, and it really is a higher self connection. Can you share what it's like for you to move under the direction of your higher self?
Well, to move under the direction of my higher self, I have been tested, let's just say, on days when I didn't listen to my higher self. And
when you knew.
Yeah. And things just didn't go the way they should have. Like right now, like before I started this today, I call in my higher self. Because when you go to the store, I can call in my higher self. But then I'm really high walking through the grocery store. But I try to always stay in tune. And when I do, though, the light language just bursts out in the middle of the grocery stores or wherever I'm at, the airport. I actually like it. It scares other people. But
yes.
But I
Do
know.
people look at you weird? People from the, not in the know. They're just looking at you like, oh my God, she's crazy. Here's this beautiful woman, but yet, what's going on?
It's funny because my daughter, she's taken 5 years of Spanish class, and she'll just, if she's with me, she'll start speaking Spanish back to me, just to try and calm the whole situation. She's like, Mom, and she'll start speaking Spanish. But I know at certain times that I really have to be in tune to activate areas. It even activates when I'm in nature and stuff. Nature gets activated. I can connect with elementals utilizing this language. But there's certain times where I just have to be totally in tune, even if it's the airport, because there may be just one person sitting there that may need a healing activation, that this has already been set up, by above. And everybody's exactly where they need to be in each moment. So I do my best.
And thank you for your bravery and your courage on that and your fearlessness. That is a sign of mastery. Yes, absolutely. All right. So now you help people, you activate people. Do you activate people as well to speak it?
Yes.
And what's that like for people?
Well, at first it was people were listening to my videos, and they would wake up the next morning and go, I don't know what happened, but I listened to your video. Now this morning I'm speaking like you do. They would be a little bit full of fear because of still being in a 3D relationship or a 3D family or having a 3D job or, any of those situations. And I would just calmly talk to them and say, This is your connection to your higher self. This is your connection to source. This is the language of love. And you transmute, it comes through high heart to high heart. The sacred heart transfers this language. And you have to really allow people to feel it rather than be in their mind about it. So it's so important to get people out of the ego and centered into the heart to feel what they're saying with it. And it can be very jarring for some people. It can be very jarring because they don't expect it. But I have a lot of people that just want to book a session or come to the event because they want to be activated, because you can utilize it, especially healers. Healers can use it in their healing, with their healing modalities. It will assist in with their clients. So there's so many things that it's good for. And also the crystalline process. It really helps activate that.
Yeah, talk about that, please. What's that like for people? Is it literally just, oh my gosh, activating? You have to explain it. I can't. Please do.
Well, I see visions. And so what I know and what I've been shown with the crystalline process as it goes in through the DNA at that cellular level, we have all these crystals in our body already, and we can have the crystals already activated. But the crystalline process, what I have, a lot of people have told me is since they started speaking or listening to the light language, it has started activating. They started seeing the crystals in their skin, and they had never seen them before. And then when they start speaking it, more and more are coming forward in the skin. And I know it's also a connection to the sun as well, because when I'm in the sun, they sparkle even more. So there's more light codes coming. There's more codes coming in. But it's all codes. It's all sacred geometry codes coming in to activate this process that we are going through. I personally don't have the scientific knowledge like Sandra does.
Sandra Walter, yes.
Yes, well, dear sister Sandra. So I've talked to her about some of the stuff, but I just know what I've seen and what I've been shown in vision is when it activates, it shows the crystals light up in the body. And that's what
That's what we're feeling. Yeah, that's what we feel, right? That's what we feel. Oh, my goodness. All right. It's very deep there. And so you work with clients, you do these extensive sessions, and they're quite deep. Let's talk a little bit about what goes on, because this is for all healers who want to bring on new gifts and to work with light language even in their own life or in their practice. So those sessions go really deep. Talk about that. You've got one that's 2 hours long.
Yes, and sometimes 2 hours goes by so fast, and sometimes it's just not enough. So as an activator, it actually can activate, and these sessions are for anyone, but as a healer, if you want to be activated for it, everybody does something different. And so my work is different than the next person, but it can activate someone and awaken them to another level of their process. There are certain things through my sessions that I can help you clear, all those emotional and mental, I call it the baggage you've been holding on to, and through that subconscious programming. And at the end of my session, I'll get a number from the angels that are working with me, or Mother Mary, or Yeshua will be working with me, and they'll give me a number at the end of the session of how many days it will take for these activations to fully integrate into the cellular structure. And through that time, they're going to go through like a mini purge or transformation, however you want to call it. And at the end of that time, they're coming out of that like cleansing. It's like another deep cleanse, and they're ready for the next level of their process. It also restores balance in the system. There's so much it does. I can't even explain it all. And I want to say from what I've been shown is with the crystalline process, with the activation, it helps to restore, believe it or not, your nails and your hair growth. I've been shown. And I'm like, whoa, So I'm not the scientist, so I can't explain that part. I was just shown in vision. It helps with the hair and the nails and many other parts of the body to assist with healing. And we can also find it that it can activate, they're saying right now, they're talking to my guides, they're talking to me, useful situations. So it will benefit you somehow in stopping the aging process. So I'm not sure. They're just bringing this in now. I haven't discussed this at all yet, so this is new to me. This is new to me. Wow.
We'll give you a moment, and you can expand on that if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm just open up and listen to what they're saying.
Okay.
Well, not only is it activating the cells, but there's all the different parts of your structure. They're giving me electrons. So I'm not, don't laugh, but I really don't know what an electron's for. The electrons hold something, because I see it holding like a cup. It holds something to renew. It's a renewal. They're giving me renewal for youth, is what they're giving me. Not just rebirthing, but restructuring of the human body and let me see. They're showing what they're showing me as a person that is aged and becoming more youthful, and those that choose ascension and follow the path, they follow the guidelines, they follow the good eating, all these things, moving into your light body and stuff, it also activates regeneration, they're saying, of cellular structure. Okay, they're trying to speak through me. A regeneration of cellular structure at a level that is non-comprehensive to most individuals. Your scientists will understand it when they take a look under the microscope. Is what they're saying. They just keep putting electrons in my third eye. That word. So I don't. This is where they're like backing their energy off right now.
So is that the light language that is doing that, or that's our process through the ascension or bringing light in?
It's our process through ascension. The light language assists in the activation of it because it assists with the cellular structure and the regrowth, they're saying, of new cells within the human being. The human being, thank you. There'll be more clarification in a download. They're going to give me a download. They'll clarify some more in a download, so I'm sure I'll get that later today. Oh, this is information that I haven't had, so this is exciting.
Beautiful.
I think you activated it.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you. You're so tuned in and tapped into your guides, and enjoy that download. Do you just make a video of it, or do you write it? Do you journal it?
Well, at first I will sit and I'll allow it to come through and write it just in a notepad that I have. And then I will know if I'm going to actually write it in an article or if I'm going to just talk about it on a video.
That's beautiful. That is, for all students and aspirants of channeling and light language, that practice that you do of sharing it is really a key. And that sharing is probably where we stop ourselves, right, from belief systems or past life experiences or baggage that we have, subconscious programs. So I just really honor you that you do share it and that you do you don't care what people think. That's a huge program. isn't it?
Yeah, that's a really big program for a lot of people to move past in this process. And that was probably the hardest test for me, was to just put myself out there on video, speaking all these different ones. Because some of my older videos, there's so many different languages that come through, and I watched myself and a couple of them going, oh my gosh, I look like a crazy person. So
Yeah.
I will barely
I'm not saying you do,
videos.
but that's our self-ego, right? That's our judgment.
Yeah.
We're our
Yep.
own worst critic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But
you did it anyway. You aired those
I
videos
did.
anyway.
I do, and I do them all the time, or I'll go live all the time, just because if I get a download and they say you need to go live, I go live. Because there's something that's needed right in that moment. And I've had a lot of criticism from people on YouTube and stuff, people telling me I'm crazy or I'm the devil or those kind of things. But those are the people that are still in that judgmental phase. They're not in what I don't see them as in the process. So.
Well, you're activating them whether they know it or not.
Exactly.
And, I find that YouTube it's the new TV. And so you've got the whole gamut of people. And I love, when you were talking, I just heard the ascension will be live streamed. The ascension may not be televised, but it will be live streamed. So
I like
as
that.
long as you keep doing it, it's a powerful tool. It really is a powerful tool. So again, I just honor you for stepping into that role, and you are on a mission. And so you work with clients and you activate them. And it's really beautiful. Again, we've got a special offer. Folks can check that out and work with you privately. And we are also going to open up our phone lines on this episode so that people can ask you questions. And maybe there could be a little light language healing coming forth. Does that sound good for you right now?
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Excellent. Okay, so if you're on the phone or the web callers, you can raise your hand. If you're on the phone, *2 will allow you to raise your hand. And of course, we have a Q&A box where you can type in a question to us. So here is a question from Cynthia in Wisconsin. Hi, Cynthia. She asks, I've always loved light language so much that I know I've done this before. I hope with your broadcast that I'll be able to tune in to the light language. If you can help in any way, I would be thrilled. And that actually is a question for all of us. So maybe there's another transmission or something special for Cynthia.
Okay, let me go ahead. I'm just going to connect with Cynthia's energy. When I connect with people right away, I become their energy. So I just cleared something off of her. It goes through my kundalini. It goes straight up and it throws off of me. I'm getting pain in my shoulder for her, which means that there's something connected over in her. She's got throat chakra stuff going on. Let's see what comes in. I'm getting heart stuff for her. I'm getting pain right in the center of my chest. Like deep, like agony. And I'm getting stuff down in the lower back. So let's see what kind of activation comes in for her. I'm also getting stuff on the crown, a little bit of heaviness up there. Let's see. Yeah, pressure in the third eye. Maka ukuri kata etika sukuru kurupugo na karate na kia aitu mahaka akura. Na sakata kata shaha amuuna mahiteri. And the makia kia ususu o romana eto kuruku ma ono kurukata gini kiana. Mo una na yada ni kia na no kurukia to kuruku to puye. Utaya. Shantakaine esesitia atatur. un poco ataquetia. So if Cynthia can just focus on her heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose, expanding the lungs and belly as far as you can. And allow the breath to fall out of the mouth. And stay in that breathing. Ayakiente nekia, asosute, ashantakara, inya. Namaste. I felt her heart expand.
Yes, absolutely. I think we were all holding space for her as well. And for those who had hands on the heart, following right along, wow, I felt that in my heart. The singing of light language and the light language. So beautiful. That's what it means to feel the light language. All right. Getting out of the head there. Getting out of the head. Thank you. Cynthia, please share. If you'd like, you can share your experience. Thank you. Okay, here we have another. We're going to go to the phone line after this one last question. Not last, but this question from the Q&A box. This one's from Corinne. And Corinne says, I am being worked on in the throat at night, and sounds are coming out of me. Anything that you can transmit to activate?
Okay, Corinne, if you're being worked on, it means that your throat chakra is not fully cleared yet, but I can try and do activation for you now. When you are ready, you will speak it. I will do an activation. What will happen is the activation codes go into your field. This activation that I will do will go whoever's listening, okay? And it will, if you're ready, you will speak it. For those not ready to speak it, you will hold the codes. I literally see people holding codes in their field. And they don't actually, I don't know if you want to say absorb them, or they don't actually integrate into the system, into the cellular structure until people are ready. So I literally see people, when I look at them, I can see them around them, like just floating there. And I'm like, why are those codes floating there? And Source came in and told me and explained. So I understand now. So I will do this. So,
and we do have other people reporting throat chakra. You were right. So we can tune in too and activate that within us. Okay.
Yeah. So I will focus on, well, it'll just come through. I don't need to do anything, but there'll be throat chakra, more throat chakra clearing stuff. And this, Corinne, please just know that this is connected to not speaking your truth in this lifetime, but also many other lifetimes. So, that's why in this process, like in a healing session, you can go through and find what else it's connected to. It's not just that. It's always connected to something else. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to tune into your energy, see what we've got there, and see if and I'm going to bring in those activation codes. So everyone that's listening or who will ever listen later will be carrying that activation in their field if they're not ready. All right, I'm really feeling Corinne's. It's actually coming up. I'm going to start coughing because I feel it. So I'm just going to do some throat chakra stuff first, and then I'll do the activation to speak it. Kianto Uma. Ma'uuna na kirate, isa siya nakarasakataya kia, hanakaya ara. if any of you are feeling like tightness in your throat, like it's really getting to me, just please go ahead and cough because it takes it off of me. I feel it coming up in Korean. It's like a lump. Some people might feeling it in the back of their throats. There's some releasing going on with throat chakras right now. Okay, to me it feels like it's gone. So I'm going to go ahead and do the activation to speak. So for those that tune into this, all you have to do is just focus on your heart, open heart, and you may feel tingling sensations on your tongue, like vibrations. You may feel it on your lips, in the back of your throat. Okay, here's what I always tell my clients and people at events. Do not judge what is coming out if you want to start speaking it. Don't hold it back. Allow, allow, allow. Because when you don't want to allow, you're connecting to your solar plexus and you're trying to control everything. Okay? So just allow it to happen. Trust, because this is a heart. This comes through the heart, and I only work with benevolence. So just relax. Put your hands, if you can, palms facing up for receiving, and focus on your heart. Mori kia la hese koi shashara ama a akuate nikite mama moku ne krene hai hore tarasa korostuna hai hai no kuya na he omonia onye hakaya katekete isiri kya I'm feeling in the back of my tongue. Some of you are feeling it. Okay. For those of you that are feeling it, or you're feeling the vibrations, maybe on the lips, the tongue, in the throat, just allow it to come through. Right now, I'm just going to ask a question in light language. And for those of you that are tuned in, even though I won't be able to hear you, you can answer in light language. If you're ready, you're going to speak it. You're going to respond to me in light language. So I will do this really quick. Ask a question. Ma'ita no koria na sete. Ishan tiampe ki. Anakasiata aya a. Ente anakaratua asahana. Upo utu tuiete. Ikami. There's no need to be afraid. Allow yourself to be thyself. Just breathe. They're saying the activations, my guides are saying the activations are complete, so the activation is in everyone's field that is listening or will listen, and when they are ready, you will speak it.
That is our most popular question on the Q&A is how can we bring it forth? I've been feeling the need to speak it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, I wonder how many people were speaking it. Feel free to share that with us in our Q&A box. That's beautiful, everyone. How would someone use this in their life to heal themselves? Yeah.
For yourself, it's fantastic to just sit and allow yourself to allow it to come through. You will receive activations that will come in your higher self. It's a very calming thing. Light language actually centers you. It's your inner being. So it centers you into your inner being. You really connect with your higher self this way, and it brings you into calm. Okay, it brings you into peace. It brings you into your heart. And when we're in that space and in that vibration, that's when we can truly heal ourselves. So if you speak it and take yourself into that vibration by speaking it, and know that there are other things about you that you need to heal, it's much easier to heal when you're here, when you're centered. And also, there are many that I have activated that I have taught them, go out in nature and lay on the ground, lean against a tree, speak it because you connect to the elemental kingdom with it. They respond. The trees will respond. The weeds will respond. The grasses will respond. The flowers, everything. Sing it to the water. Be in the water singing it. It activates a healing process within you. It's an inner healing. And it is a language it's the soul language. So since everything on this earth that's alive is a soul, it's part of the soul, it activates healing not only within yourself, but whatever else you're near. So it's wonderful to use for yourself. I always tell people, say it when you fall off when you fall off your path a little bit, start speaking your light language because it'll pull you right back into center and connect with your inner being.
And don't judge yourself if you think that you're making it up. My husband and I, years ago when we were young in our marriage, we used to go around and I realize now we were doing some sort of light language, but we were just pretending to speak in another language. And that's kind of really what that is in a way. If you allow your heart to flow, allow the words to come out with no judgment from the mind.
Yeah, absolutely. No judgment. That's the biggest thing that I've seen people, when they want to speak it, they hold back because they're like, well, it doesn't sound like yours, Keleena. It's not going to. It may, some of you may, but some of you may speak different ones. There's so many of them. But we can all understand them. The higher self understands and receives what the other is saying.
Yes. Sometimes they're ticks or clicks or numbers. Right? Okay. Let's go to a caller. We're going to go up to a web call. And I don't have a name, but web caller, you are unmuted. Say hello for us, please.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name, please?
Oh, hi. It's Keleena.
Keleena.
Yes. Hi. Thank you. Thanks for calling on me.
Beautiful name. Yes.
Thank you.
So, do you have a question for Keleena?
Yes. So I was in Mount Shasta a few years ago, and I got activated somehow, where it started coming out of my hands, like punching numbers and turning knobs, things like that. I'm just curious what is happening in my opening up dimensions, and then I have another question after that. So when I came back after that, I also teach a class and like a yoga class. And I remember this was years ago. I had a student just sort of stood out in the middle of everyone else, and I felt my hand wanted to go to the light language and thought, oh my God, I can't do this. So I resisted that, obviously, but then it started coming up through my hands, not my hands, my eyes, the same pattern towards that student. So I was just wondering what is going on. Like, I just don't really know anyone who does what I do, so I'm really happy to get on the call.
If you haven't seen my videos, you will see my hands go everywhere. Okay? if you go watch my YouTube videos, I probably should have done a video one with you today, Lauren, so people can see.
Oh, yeah, we'll be back on QCTV. We'll bring you back and we'll be on video. Absolutely.
Okay. So what you're doing, for many people it's different. You said you're punching numbers or doing something. Here's what I know for myself, because when I asked my guides in the beginning what I'm doing, I am actually writing light language with my hands, okay? But also all different kinds of modality healing codes I will be writing. But I also create energy at the same time, and I will throw the energy at you. That's why when people watch my YouTube videos, they feel the energy come right through the screen, go right into their heart or wherever it's needed, and they're like, whoa. It's activating energy. It's the transmittal of codes. It depends on the person, because not everyone does the activating stuff, but you may. The other thing is I've done it with my eyes as well. You'll be doing funny blinking and all kinds of stuff, and the codes will just start coming out through that way. I've done that as well in some of the videos. So the codes, if they want to come out and they need to transmit, whether you speak it or you do it with your hands, okay, it's going to come out somewhere. So the eyes are also another form of light language. You can write it as well. I put it in my paintings and behind the background of my paintings, but these codes, they've got to come out. If you're getting the push, the urge to say something to someone or to speak it, you can ask them if they want to receive a message in another language. If they say no, then you have to honor that. But then you can turn around, walk away, and just go let it out somewhere else, because I know it'll just be right there, and it needs to come out. Otherwise, you're just going to be holding it in your field and need to dispel it. So that's what you're probably doing with your hands and your eyes. Transmitting.
Okay, because I'm also an energy healer, so I know that when I do healing, sometimes it comes out with some people and sometimes not. But yeah, I was just curious because I was just doing an energy healing on someone the other day, and usually I just work with their angels, but I got an intuitive hit that it was Galactic Federation. I thought, I don't even know what that is made up of. So yeah, I still feel kind of like a newbie.
Yeah, there's different points of origin, and they can be coming through. The codes can be coming through. They're universal. It comes through. So I have actually had angels speak through me in that language. There's other dimensions of these languages. So it just depends on which one you're working on. If you're working with the angels with your healing, the angels may speak through you in that language. They have a language as well, a light language. They're all the language of the soul. They're all the language of love. I've connected really high dimensionally and had what do you call them? The prime mantis speaking through me. So I don't know if anybody knows about them.
Yeah.
I've also had,
Yeah. Do you find that they're loving and kind?
Yes. But for me, their vibration and their love just lifts me off the floor. So people that say opposite, I don't know where they're getting it from, but that's what I get. They're just like this big love energy, high vibration. I also have the ETs that send codes through me. The Pleiadians, I have Syrian codes that come through. There's Arcturian comes through. I mean, there's so many of them, so many. So as long as it feels, here's what I want to tell everyone, as long as it feels like a love vibration, allow it. And I also want to say, make sure you're in a loving vibration when you speak it. If you're not, if you're having a bad day and you're angry about something, and you start speaking language, in a nasty vibration and a lower tone, you're going to activate something negatively at that level. So you don't want to do that. Make sure you're always centered and you're always in your heart when you utilize it. Okay?
Wow. Did that help you, Keleena?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And guidance from my guides or any intuition that's coming through, a message, I would love to hear something.
Is she saying she wants to know if there's a message from her guides?
Yes.
Oh, okay, she's breaking up. Let me see if there's anything that comes. I might just ask my team if there's something. I'm sorry, what is their first? I forget everything. It's not funny. But I forget everything. Keleena, okay.
Prina.
Okay, Prina. Okay, let me see. They're saying activate your light to its fullest and continue to allow your process it is not complete. They're giving me the word determined. It's almost like you're determined to get this done. I want this done so I can just do everything. But they're like, allow it to happen as it will, as it needs to, because we all have this divine blueprint. Don't try and force it to go faster. We can activate your healing at another level. You haven't opened all your modalities yet. And they're just telling me that actually Archangel Gabriel's around you a lot. I see Raphael in and out, but for some reason Gabriel's around you. So I don't know if you know that already.
I thought it was Archangel Michael a lot, but yeah, I've seen Gabriel around.
Michael is like with everybody, so I always see the blue shield around people, but Gabriel is actually like literally standing by, like an ascension angel or an ascension guide is what I'm seeing.
Oh.
So it has something to do with messages, so maybe tune into him is what I'm seeing. But again, Raphael is in and out, because Raphael just pops in and out is what he's showing me. Also, I'm getting for you that Zadkiel, or Zadkiel. I'm getting that angel. If you have not tuned into him, please do. Him, her.
Yeah,
whatever.
I haven't.
Okay. It's important for the work you're going to be doing. That's what I'm receiving.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, I'm so excited. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow, Zadkiel is he works with the violet flame. So that's really interesting, Prina. Good for you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Because I usually work with Master Saint Germain and the violet flame.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Prina.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Wow. All right. Very, very cool. We have time for a few more callers. Let's go to, I think it's Julie, area code 713. Hi, you're unmuted. Say hello, please.
Hi.
Hi, is this Julie?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Hi. I'm kind of newer to the whole ascension thing, and I don't really even know what my abilities are. But I think there's just a lot of fear involved. Is there any activation or anything you can tell me with regards to that?
Okay. Well, it's a process. So this is how I'm going to start it. Everybody has to go through their process to remove that which is blocking them to open up to their abilities. We all have different abilities, whatever we've chosen. Also, whatever we've embodied in past lives is coming back in us for all that we've ever done. And what I always call it the highest and purest benevolence of source that we have lived. And as you're going through this process and you're releasing, you have to release the old. You have to release, you go through releasing the 3D life, the belief systems, the patterns, these past behaviors and stuff to allow yourself to make room for the new. Because if you're still holding on to stuff and you're fearing, you're not going to connect to your abilities yet. Because if there's fear in place, Okay? How are you going to reach what you're here to do? There are activations I do. I take you through the process, through sessions to help you go through to clear things, and your abilities will come forth. Yes, I actually activate people at different levels of if they're a healer, I can activate different levels of their healing or different modalities, that kind of stuff as well. But fear, if you're fearing, you've got to go through the healing part of your process first and move into the heart. So this is the beginning. This is the beginning for you.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Happy heart-based living, Julie. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next we've got Maria. Maria, hello. Hi. Hi, Maria. I believe it's Maria. Area code 310, Santa Monica. Okay. Let's go on, and we're going to go to Michigan, area code 231. Hi, Michigan. You're unmuted. What's your name?
Hey, it's Destiny.
Hi, Destiny.
Hi, Destiny.
Hey, ladies, this is a beautiful call. And you know what? I actually, I speak light language to my cat.
Yeah.
His name is Maracarish. And that's what I got. Maracarish. Maracarish? And I'm feeling the strange energy on the left side of my body. And it feels like it's like blocking my feminine energy from wanting to come in. Does that make sense? Or, like all the way through my head, I can feel it all the way through my torso and in my heart. So that heavy agony that you were feeling in your heart, I feel like that's part of me too. Like that's what I'm feeling.
Okay.
On the left side of my body.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm glad you mentioned about speaking to the animals. The animals understand light language. All animals do. Whenever I travel, I'll sing it. When I'm in Scotland and there's sheep everywhere in Scotland. For those of you that I will sing it to them, and they'll look at me, and I can connect my hearts with them. It's so beautiful. But yes, definitely the animals understand it. So the energy, if I tune into you and you have something on your left. Kia tōra katamiate e shishana. Okay. There's actually an overpowering masculine energy that I'm picking up. It's connecting to my throat chakra as well. And your solar plexus. Okay?
Yes. You know, I am working, I'm going to start working with a healer because she said that I have a past life or a galactic rift. She said that I have a past life galactic rift, and that whatever that is this energy that is, it's like casting black magic spells, and like I've got attacks. I get attacked every day by whoever or whatever this energy is. Does that make sense? Does that sound right?
Well, what I know about spells and black magic and stuff like that is that stuff works at a 3D level if you believe in it. Okay? So if you move yourself through your process, in the higher levels and fifth dimensional consciousness, and you understand that a lot of these things are really yourself, you let go of that stuff because that's all connected to fear. To me, that's fear-based reality from what I've been shown. The energy that I'm picking up from you does not come from, and I'm not judging what was said. I'm just showing you, telling you that that's not what I'm picking up, okay, at all.
Okay. Good.
So please use discernment. I see, I can feel it and I see what it is, but there are things within your own self that you need to release that have to do with your own programming. There's stuff stuck in your subconscious. There's some stuff here that goes back to your childhood that you're still holding on to. And these things are actually being elevated within you right now for you to take a look at them in your field, to release them, to heal yourself and let this stuff go. Okay? That's what I'm picking up. This would be this would be a session, so I can't go into all the stuff because I will be bringing through a lot of stuff. So
I understand.
Are you understanding what I'm doing for you, though?
I do.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
that's, yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, good. Just use discernment, okay?
Yes, thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Okay, and if you can, try to feel that energy, embrace it in love, and pull it into your heart space, and forgive yourself for anything that you may have done. Really embrace that energy and release that and let that go.
Okay.
And you'll feel it come up. Okay?
Well, I'm already feeling something. There's definitely something happening already. I don't know.
It's already happening because we gave you a little bit of an activation, but now you understanding what that is and that you can actually move that yourself, move it to the heart space, embrace it in love. Always, love is the most powerful tool there is. And when you
it's in my solar plexus. It's in my solar plexus and it's trying to move up into my heart. So when I embrace the love, I will what? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Embrace the love. Embrace it in love. Embrace it in love. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Destiny.
Thank you, Lauren.
Beautiful. Well, the power of forgiveness, everyone. Yes. I love how you said that, Keleena. Forgive yourself. We all have to forgive ourselves. Very, very powerful. Okay, I want to share some comments coming in. Beautiful people. They were, like Oksana was answering in light language. Others said something came through for me. That's so beautiful.
Wonderful.
Cynthia says, I felt so much love and expansion. The tears were flowing. I felt that the ancient mothers were holding me in a vastness of love. I feel lighter and so much appreciation and love. And thank you with my whole heart.
Aww.
Thank you, Cynthia. This is what it is. Yes, beautiful. And so it may seem crazy, but just begin speaking it. I have a question here from Patricia. She says, is there any connection to light language and speaking in tongues?
I feel that it is connected in a way because it's a vibration. Speaking in tongues to me is vibration as well. I don't know why they utilize that term, or maybe that's just the only way they've known it. Hold on one second. I'm just going to actually tune in because some of my guides are coming right in my face and just looking at me, some of the masters. So let's just see what they say. Yes, it is a connection of higher self that is allowing as a conduit for the light language to speak through they're going to say that the person that is being utilized, okay, as a conduit in that moment. So they're showing me in a church. So I think this is in a church setting or something. As long as this person is clear and in their heart space and it comes through and you feel love vibration from it, yes, it's okay to listen to that person. It is no different, they're saying, than any other form of light language. It is just the label it has been given. And we are completing our transmission. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's your answer.
There's the answer. Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. So here is, I don't have a name, but a good question. My guides are already working on me extensively. Would it still be helpful to book a session with you, Keleena?
You know what? It doesn't hurt to book a session because I had my whole life my guides working on me, okay, and always doing things with me at night. When I'd lay down to go to sleep, all of a sudden in the middle of the night, I'd wake up and they're working on me. And I still myself went and had sessions with people years ago to help me. It wasn't as extensive as mine. It was just like talking to me. Nobody was really doing this kind of stuff then. So it always helps to seek a healer when you need some assistance in your process, whether it's me or someone else. But always use someone who you resonate with, is what I always say. It's always good to book something with anyone that you feel is going to assist you in your process. Ask your heart. Okay, there's a video on my YouTube, and it's 11 minutes 11 seconds long. It's called "How to Follow Your Heart." Ask your heart. If your heart says yes, if it opens really wide in joy and love and it feels peaceful or calm, that means yes. If it closes and it feels tight, or your solar plexus feels tight, that means either you're not ready or step back from that person. Okay? The body's a tool. Use it.
Yes. Okay. Beautiful. All right, here's a question from Trisha. Trisha says, I've been going in and out of high dimensions, but been drinking a lot to cope with things. Can you give me some feedback?
Drinking as in alcohol? Is that what you mean?
I would only assume.
Okay.
Or drinking water? No, I don't know. Yes, I would assume it's alcohol.
Okay. So she's, Yes, I'm feeling toxins. So you're resisting something is what I'm hearing. You're also trying to numb yourself because you're still in the fear. You're still fearing things as you're going through these dimensions. There may be things that are going on that you're not aware of in these dimensions, and you're having feelings in your body that are making you fearful. And the drinking alcohol will absolutely numb the fear. It'll take away any feelings you have, any emotions you have. It's also very addictive, so be very careful, because when we are addicted to something like this and we have these toxins in our body, our crystalline process is altered. Okay, we don't go forward. So this is all they're giving me. And they just stopped. The information just stopped the flow. So that's what I channeled through.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Missy. All right. Last question from Missy. Okay. Missy says, can you tell if I would benefit from a session to assist me to move into my gifts to share? I believe I am creating my own blocks to be in my power. Is this true? I can be very caught in self-criticism.
Absolutely. Everyone can block their own progress, because if you're stuck in the ego, what I call the false identity ego, the ego that was created from the time we were a child and up, which carries that belief systems and the programming that's in our subconscious. If you're blocking that by believing in those things, you're not going to move forward and be able to open the door to your abilities. So it's a process through the sessions to actually, like I said to the other caller, it's a process. You have to go through this healing, and then connecting to your heart, your sacred heart, going through this process, then being able to be activated and to activate yourself. It's a process to the ascension. So you can book a session, yes, and I can assist you to open up, to find out what needs to be cleared so that you can move forward. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you this though. Some people, when they're first starting and they expect to connect to their abilities and do it the next day, that doesn't happen. This is completely a process that takes linear time. They made me say linear. How funny. Takes linear time to go through this, to be able to really remove that from you that does not serve your highest and greatest good, the things that are holding you back, so that you can create space, create a void, so that you can allow your abilities to come forth and do what you came here to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, and so I'm wrapping up this final question for you, Keleena.
Okay.
And you can close it with light language activation if you feel that's appropriate. But
Sure.
there are many people who are saying, wow, like one woman saying, I'm sitting in church as a kid and began singing spirit song. Or here's another one, Melissa, singing since childhood, or speaking a weird language, but it's always accompanied or powered by deep, loving feelings. And so it's beautiful. And the question is this light language? I think we know the answer. Can you share to that?
It sure sounds like it to me.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a vibration. It's sacred geometry. It comes through. For me, I see sacred geometry. I see light codes. I see it coming in through my third eye. And then it comes through in vibration and tones and healing. And it's so beautiful when you do this, because it comes through the heart and you feel this bliss and this love when you're allowing it to come through. So I say absolutely yes.
Beautiful. So I hope you've all been able to feel light language, to be in your heart, to expand and open your heart, and to really feel it. It is light. It is source information, and it is absolutely activating us on our ascension path. Keleena Milner is a light code activator, a light language activator, and she offers personal sessions for you. These are deep and transformational. If it resonates with your heart, and if it assists you on your journey into stepping into the full power of you, take her up on this offer. I want to thank you, Keleena, for this beautiful session today. And as we say goodbye, could you give us some light language as we close?
Oh, it would be my honor.
Thank you.
I have the Divine Mothers that will be speaking. Ya unama ate, ishanata, okuanamete. Akurantu Atyanta Karatyamu Aunta Karetene Shishyanta Maura Kiamate Ikayantana Karaa Nakyasa. We bless you in the highest love and the highest light. We ask you to see yourself. We ask you to know yourself. We ask you to feel yourself and be yourself. Aota Maya Aki. Hayam. Eternal love, eternal light, eternal life. Maya Kita Aya. You are blessed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Keleena, Melnar, thank you for this quantum conversation. We are activated. Blessings.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. We'll have you back on QCTV, sister. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone for listening. We are going to hold this vibration. And so as we dance our way to the cosmic heart, this is a shamanic dance. Beat the drum. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.